Like lying to your friends? Then have we got a game for you! Step right up and try your luck at fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice. You're an idiot. The rules are as follows. One of our lovely hosts will tell a story, and the rest of us, including you, the listener, must decide if it is true or if it's false. Ready to play? Alright then, say it with me, kids!
Fool me once, I'm mad. Fool me twice, how could you? Fool me 3 times, you're officially that guy. Okay, you know the one. You go to the bar, he's like, this suit is officially is a Giorgio Armani. Ask my dad knows, and f*** you. I ain't having that shit.
That's right, fool me once. This week, Hopper is going to be giving us a story. Hopper, what is your story?
I'm kind of nervous about this.
Why are you nervous?
I am.
Be nervous!
You're in a Shark Tank.
Shark is scaring me over here. So this story of triumph comes from
Because everyone knows I'm a scary person.
a small village in China.
Okay.
All right, you guys ready?
Soup's
Set the mood
ready.
lighting.
I don't know.
Set the mood lighting. All right, 4-year-old Quinn was crossing the street one day when out of nowhere, a giant truck, like one of those 18-wheelers, you know?
Mm-hmm. Semi-truck.
Yeah, semi-truck, thank you. Mm-hmm. Comes out of nowhere, comes speeding down the highway, and hits her, and leaves her for dead in the crosswalk. 4-year-old girl. Just mangles her body.
Jeez.
Yeah. Her mother's watching from across the street, can't do anything. They take her to the hospital. They amputate what they can. They amputate her legs, her hips, her first 2 ribs, and doctors say she's pretty much a lost cause. Like, she can't sit up in a wheelchair. She has no lower body. She's just kind of there.
Jeez.
4-year-old girl like this.
Okay.
2 years later, after the doctors can't like put any prosthetic limbs on or whatever, she's still alive. She's still kicking.
Stop it.
That's
That was terrible. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Her grandfather comes up with this idea after she can't really get around. They have to carry her. He comes up with this idea to cut a hole in the basketball, and he takes his granddaughter and just puts her in the basketball, and she starts moving around with a basketball for a body.
a basketball?
With a basketball.
Huh. Okay.
Where did this happen?
How does she move how does that make a difference?
Because he cut a hole in it, and he put her in it because before she had no way to like stabilize herself. You know, you can't just unless you're like super buff, which like a 6-year-old girl's not going to be super buff.
Now she can balance on the rounded edge of the basketball.
Mm-hmm.
But wouldn't the air leak out?
Well, if he cut a hole in it, if he cut like.
I thought that's what you said. He cut a hole in it.
Well, oh, sorry. It's stiff enough.
Yeah.
Basketballs are pretty like they're
firm. They're very firm ball.
Yeah, there are some firm balls.
Nah.
I'm gonna say false because I think it just deflated. I mean, maybe if they filled it with something first, like glue, and then stuck her in.
Wow.
Well, I'm being serious. Like it's a leather skin. Like leather, yes, is stiff, but it's not stiff enough to hold a human's body weight if it's got a hole in it.
Right. You said this was in China?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go true.
Okay.
I don't want to say it's like Florida, but at the same time, I usually crazy videos that like.
No, that's Japan.
Is it?
Or
Yeah,
Russia.
Japan comes out with the crazy, weird trends.
Well, I'm not saying this is a trend, but I'm just saying like the crazy like.
Invention, not even inventions.
Not inventions, but just like people getting ridiculously hurt, and then just.
Like somehow
Surviving.
Thanks,
surviving.
Obama.
Yeah.
I almost said and walking away, and I felt really bad.
That's
But and surviving. I mean, like there was that video of the guy who, and I'm almost positive this is China. I don't know for sure, but got in a head-on collision with a semi. The front, like the top of his car, basically got ripped off, and he just popped up.
Yeah, convertible now.
Yeah, and he just like jumped up and ran away.
That's crazy.
Okay. So, I mean, I can kind of see
Why
that
is
happening.
everyone's response to, like, if they survive some horrific event to just run?
Because you want to get away from the place where you think you almost died.
I don't know.
Who knows? You might die there again.
I feel like it's so they feel more alive, but I don't know.
I just don't feel alive if I'm not running.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this is true because I've heard a similar story about a guy who moves around on a basketball or on a skateboard,
Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen that guy.
Yeah, he
That
has.
is real.
Yeah, he has no lower half, and he just sits on a skateboard and he rolls around.
Yeah, instead of like using a wheelchair.
Yeah. And so I'm gonna say,
Does he do kick flips?
dude, maybe. Who
That'd
knows?
be pretty impressive.
Maybe he can do a hand plant.
I feel like
Nobody. All right.
I do feel like I've seen somebody on a skateboard like that who did not have legs that still did do tricks. Like he would just plant one of his hands and then pull the board out and like flip it around.
Yeah,
and
with
do
the
whatever.
other hand and like spin it and stuff.
That's impressive.
I feel that would like break your wrist if you're going too fast.
Well, yeah, if you're going too fast.
Well,
it
that's why
probably
you do
will,
all street. You just stand in place and you do like the street flips.
but- Yeah, but
But I'm gonna say true. So
all right.
right,
So
all right.
2 trues and a false. So Hopper, without further ado, what is today's story?
This story is 100% positively, absolutely true.
yes.
Is it really?
It is. Yeah.
Wow.
Is there anything in the basketball? Like that's my question. I wanna know.
Yeah, he took his. So the grandpa he went to his car and he took out the floor rugs or whatever, the floor mat.
Oh, well,
yeah.
that would have been a
Stick mat.
nice addition to the story.
Sorry.
So-
He cut them up and put them in there. So it's a
Okay.
little more padding, but that's all that's in there.
What I want to know is why a basketball?
Or is this
It's
China
round-
and they're poor?
It's rounded.
He saw.
Maybe.
The story said that he was watching some kids play basketball one day while he was trying to think of what to do for his granddaughter, and he saw just a basketball in the garbage, and so he took it and he's like, well, this is about how small she is. Cut it
Well,
open.
I don't know what rounded has to do with anything. Rounded, I think, would be more unstable.
I think it
yeah.
just allows her
Yeah,
to
but-
move more.
yeah,
Yeah.
but you would
Yeah,
be very.
yeah.
It'd be
Still
very
light.
clunky if you had squares
a
on
box. Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, that makes sense.
An even more fun fact about the story that I actually left out. She went on to win the gold in the Paralympics of China
Really good.
in swimming.
Good for her.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
How old?
Well,
is
she had a flotation device attached to her. That's kind of messed up.
Cheater, pumpkin eater.
All right, so Chuck actually got to win something today because he didn't win Press is Idiotic.
Yay!
Good job,
Chuck and I
Chuck.
won.
Too bad I have to share it with Joe.